Hello, I'm David Phillips from Environment Canada. Often in front of a camera or on film, I'm talking about Canadians' passion for the weather, talking about it all the time, and I often wonder why we talk about the weather because we can't change it. I mean, all the blowing we do about that storm doesn't divert it or end it. And yet there is something that we can talk about and do something about it, and that is protecting the environment. I mean, take something as commonplace as a gasoline spill or other combustibles, probably spilling on a driveway or in a field or in a parking lot, and possibly leading to serious environmental problems or serious human health issues. And you, as frontline caretakers of our property, our school properties, you have both a role and responsibility in preventing these spills in the first place and helping to contain them if they do occur, and generally preserving our environment. Now, before I pass over this training to the real experts on combustible spill kits, let me say a word on your behalf. I think that what you do and how well you do it matters to all of us. And your work in caretakers of our school systems and our school property and protecting our young people, you do a role, you have a responsibility that everybody appreciates.
Hi, my name is Jeff Stover with the York Region District School Board. I'm a supervisor of facility services. We're just opening up the building this morning and we came across this fuel spill out of this lawnmower that has been sitting idle since yesterday. Obviously, the tricock on the bottom of the fuel tank didn't hold and it allowed the fuel to spill out. Now, before I enter the area, I want to make sure that the area is safe for myself and any others that may come on to help me. You'll notice that the combustible container is stored directly inside the door, not in the back corners anywhere. It's right here at the front, so if we do come across anything like this, we don't have to move any of the equipment around to get to it, because that could cause a spark, thus causing an explosion. So now that we've approached the area and we've understood that it's safe, we're going to take this spill container out and we're going to open it up. All the content should be sealed inside a Ziploc baggie inside to keep it safe from any contaminants. We're going to take out our dust mask. The product does contain a silica base, so we want to ensure that we have a dust mask on to protect ourselves from inhaling it or any of the fumes. You'll notice if you do read the MSDS sheet, which should be stored close by, you'll notice that on the MSDS sheet it does state that it is less than 1% silica. You should make copies of it. I know all the MSDS sheets are kept in the MSDS binder, but if you make a copy of any of the products that we do use in our bunker, it is good practice to keep it outside. So your petroleum products or any of your oil. So then if you do come across a spill, you know how to contain it. Or if someone is using the product out here and gets injured and medical attention is needed, you don't have to go running inside to get the MSDS sheet to send with the emergency attendant. So now that we've got all of our products on, our safety products, we're going to take the scoop that's provided. We're going to take it. The first thing we want to do is use the absorbent to create a dam across the front so that it doesn't run away from us and could run into any potential catch basins or anything close by. Once that's done, we're going to go around the outside to contain it. We don't need a lot of the product. As long as you have 1 to 2 millimeters of it to cover, that's sufficient. We don't want to quite move the machine yet because we don't know how much of the product is leaked underneath and we don't want to create a spark that could cause an explosion. So what we're going to do, once we go around the outside, we're going to scatter some underneath to help absorb it. Now that we've got it all around the perimeter, we're going to cover it up. Light sprinkle over top. And we're going to let it sit for a second to absorb up anything. If we go back to our bag, you'll notice inside is your dustpan and your whisk. Both are plastic. They should remain plastic. That's to avoid any sparks down the road that could again cause a potential explosion. We start at the outside and sweep everything into the center. Now that we've got this area covered up, we can go ahead now and move the piece of machinery so that we can get to the remainder of the spill underneath. Again, going around the outside. While that's soaking up, I'm just going to prep my other pieces of equipment that I do need for the cleanup. Since I'm by myself, I'm going to use a garbage pail that's close by in the bunker and take one of the bags that is supplied in the kit that we use to catch any of the absorbent after it's been exposed to the product. We're going to start with some of the cleanup. This fuel spill was small. We are allowed legally with the Ministry of Environment, we are allowed to clean up less than 5 liters of fuel and dispose of. Anything greater than 5 liters, we have to contact the local fire department, our health and safety officers, and obviously we're going to let the administration know of the building of what's happened. Looking at the piece of machinery here, as we're cleaning up, I did notice that there is no more fuel leaking out, but just to ensure that it doesn't happen again, we're going to close the valve on the bottom of the tank and seal it off, and that'll stop any further fuel from leaking out. We just want to double check the area to make sure we've got everything and none of the spill ran away from us that we weren't able to contain. This area looks pretty safe, so we're going to go ahead and double bag the product to ensure that it doesn't leak out or leach into anything else when we do dispose of it in the garbage can. As you can see, we've got the spill safely contained and double bagged, and it's not going to harm us or the environment. We're now going to place it inside the waste container so that it can be safely hauled away and disposed of. That's it, and that's as easy as it is to clean up a spill. Make sure now that you go back into your caretaker's room, log it into your logbook of what's happened, contact the supervisor of facility services and the lead caretaker so that they can order more product and you can restock the bin so that it's put back for the next person in case they run into that type of hazard. If you should have any questions involving this, contact your AMC or the Health and Safety Department and they'll be happy to help you. Thanks.